My day begins at 7 a.m. when my alarm rings. After stretching lazily for a minute, I jump out of bed and head to the bathroom to brush my teeth and splash some cold water on my face. For breakfast, I usually grab a plate of scrambled eggs, a slice of crusty bread with creamy cheese, and a handful of salty olives. I'll often sip on a mug of herbal tea or fresh orange juice while glancing at the morning news. By 8 a.m., I'm out the door, backpack slung over my shoulder, ready to walk to school. Classes keep me busy until midday. I take notes, solve math problems, and sometimes debate topics with classmates. When the lunch bell chimes, my friends and I rush to the cafeteria, where we share snacks, gossip about weekend plans, and laugh at silly jokes. I went to Barcelona with my family. We stayed in a nice hotel by the beach. Every morning, we ate tasty food and went to the sea. The water was warm and clear. I played volleyball with my sister. We also made sandcastles. In the afternoon, we swam and took photos. In the evening, we walked on the beach and watched the sunset. One day, we saw a famous church called Sagrada Familia. It was amazing. I learned about art and history. We had so much fun. I want to go back next year. The old lighthouse stood alone on the cliff, its beam cutting through the thick fog. Thomas, the keeper, had tended it for years without fail. One stormy night, the light flickered and went out. He hurried to the top, heart racing. There, he found an old, rusted key on the floor. Curiosity drove him to the basement, where he discovered a hidden door. The key fit perfectly. Inside was an ancient diary detailing a shipwreck from a century ago. The last entry read, "The light must never go out." Suddenly, footsteps echoed behind him, though Thomas knew he was alone. Lena liked walking in the forest near her village. One day, she saw a small, hidden path. She followed it and found a special tree. The tree was silver and shined like stars. There was a tiny door on it. Lena knocked, and the door opened. Inside, the tree was warm and empty. A quiet voice said, "Thank you." Suddenly, the tree's roots held her feet softly. The next day, the villagers saw two silver trees in the forest. Milo saw an old box on the street. It had strange marks on the top. He opened it. Inside, there was a small metal compass. The needle moved fast, then pointed north. Milo followed it and walked to an unknown street. At the end, there was a door with a blue light. He knocked. The door opened alone. Inside, the room was dark but had light. There were maps of places he didn't know. The compass became hot. A voice said, "Your adventure starts." The door closed loudly. Milo disappeared. Ava liked looking at stars from her roof. One night, a bright star fell from the sky into a field near her house. She ran there and found a shining silver stone. She touched it, and it felt warm. A bright light shaped like a person appeared. It said, "I am Lyra, a lost star. Thank you for finding me." Lyra held out her hand. Ava took it and started flying. They flew past stars and planets to a beautiful city made of light. Lyra smiled and said, "You are our friend now." Elena liked rainy days. One afternoon, she saw a small paper boat floating in the water. She followed it. The boat turned corners and moved around things. It stopped under an old bridge covered in green plants. Elena saw a small door in the stone. The door opened slowly. Inside, stairs went down in circles. She found a big underground river with many paper boats floating on water that shined. A voice said, "You found us. Help the boats go home." The river started moving, and Elena followed it.